Alright guys, so just saw Max Steel. Gonna try to see Kevin Hart What Now. Hope I make it in.
We believe in respect. It brings out our very best.
We respect time. It's the most.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a crazy guy at my high school. He's trying to beat me up.
Thanks for choosing AMC.
Alright guys, so after the pile of shit, which was Max Steel, I catched Kevin Hart What Now, and it's my first concert movie I've seen in theaters, and well, I might as well talk about it. Kevin Hart What Now took place last year in August in a sold-out show of Kevin Hart called What Now, and it's I guess what made them want to make into movies because it was a sold-out show, and the place where they're at is literally a football field. So just imagine selling that whole football field out just for a Kevin Hart concert. That's crazy. Really, the only story that we have to this movie is the first 15 minutes, which is basically a skit to James Bond. And that little skit was directed by Tim Story, or I believe that's his name. He directed the first two Ride Along movies, and he works well with Kevin Hart. He wrote and he directed that, and he also, for that, he got, Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle, Halle Berry, and Ed Helms out of the most recognizable actors that they have there. And let me just say, I was rolling on the floor. It was so funny. Literally, one of the best parts of that skit was when they reference Don Cheadle as the Black Iron Man. It was just so funny. When you see the movie, you'll get what I'm talking about. Now, I've seen Kevin Hart, Let Me Explain, and that's a really funny movie. I really enjoyed it. It's a solid A- for me. But in my opinion, I just like Kevin Hart What Now more. I don't know why. I think that the jokes are more clever, they're more funny, and, they connect. What I'm talking about is after he's done telling a joke, he finds a way to actually connect or have a relation with the joke that he just told with to the joke that he's about to tell. So somehow they connect, and I think that's very smart, very clever, and very funny of Kevin Hart to do. Back to that James Bond skit. It's very brutal, which I really liked about that. And they also reference The Equalizer, that movie with Denzel Washington. It's pretty funny, trust me. One thing I really liked and that I found heartwarming about this movie is how, even though Kevin Hart's a black comedian, you have all types of people in this show. I mean, you got black people, white people, Hispanics, you even got a woman with a scarf on her head, which is a part of her religion. So that's just really really nice to see, and it's just so nice to see that we could all bond, no matter what race, we could all bond together to see one show, and it just has that very good, heartwarming feeling to it. People were dying in my theater of laughter, and again, it's same as the show. The theater was packed of black people, white people, Asians, Hispanics, all those type of people, and everyone was laughing out loud. They were literally rocking on their seat. I was rocking a lot too. And then guys, this is probably my shortest review I have did this whole entire year, but that's because there really isn't that much to talk about except that it's a stand-up comedy, and really the only main thing to talk about is the James Bond skit, which is really the only story into the movie, and they did such a great job with the story with the James Bond parody basically, and they just acted it so well, and it was very well made, and there's not much to talk about except the James Bond parody and the stand-up comedy. And that's really why this review is so short, because really nothing else to talk about except the story and the stand-up comedy. And at the end of the day, Guys, Kevin Hart What Now? I did not expect to laugh as much as I did. It's definitely, with Secret Life Pets, the funniest Kevin Hart movie of the year. And actually, I think this is my funniest movie of the year. This is the hardest I laughed in the theater all year, maybe even the most. Kevin Hart is definitely one of the funniest movies of the year. Literally, out of 10, if you were to tell me how much I were to rate this movie out of 10, 9 out of 10. In my rating system, that is a full price worthy. If you really like Kevin Hart, or maybe even love him, it's easy. Definitely go see this movie. You'll get a good kick out of it. I like Kevin Hart, so I really dug this movie. But if you think that he's just really annoying, then it's what you could expect from a Kevin Hart movie. So if you don't like him at all, then don't waste your time, because it's all Kevin Hart. It's Kevin Hart's label on it. And I really appreciate the promotion for this movie, considering that they did a parody to both James Bond and a poster parody to The Dark Knight and World War Z. So that's very nice. A few months ago, there was a screening for this movie. Sadly, I did not get to go because I was at California, but I saw this TV spot, or as you guys call it, TV commercial, where there's this line of people lining up to wait to see this movie that was literally shot in my theater. If I was still here in Vegas when the screening was there, I would have been on TV, on that TV commercial. But anyways, have you guys seen Kevin Hart What Now? Do you guys like Kevin Hart? Do you guys not like Kevin Hart? Anyways, let me know down below. And thank you very much for watching. Definitely watch this movie. It's again, if you like Kevin Hart, this is a must watch. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.